Welcome back. I'm Felix, and I'm watching the YouTube channel Donut. Real mechanics react to more horrible TikTok car advice. Oh, don't take advice from TikTok, for God's sake. I've seen so many horrible advice tips on there for cars. And I'm not a mechanic, but I'm smart enough to realize I would say 90 to 99% of the stuff on TikTok, do not follow the advice. And it's not just on cars, it's anything. Just do your homework, because they're so sketchy on there. It's not even funny. It's dangerous. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll leave a link for them. But let's get into Donut and see what these mechanics think of these TikTok car advice.
We're back with more insane car advice that we found on TikTok. We got a bunch of real mechanics to help us figure out if these hacks are legitimate or horrible advice.
I've never seen that before.
Oh!
No way, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Welcome to Donut.
I'm Angelina Alcantar, and I teach automotive at Riverside City College.
My name is Sandro. I got my shop. It's Miranda's shop.
I've been a mechanic for most of my life, and I specialize in Lexus and Toyota.
All right, first hack.
A pair of pliers and a die grinder.
Yeah, a die grinder and some pliers. Was he gonna cut a channel in it? Yeah, he cut a channel in it so that he can, the devil's clips.
I hate those clips, man.
Oh yeah.
The clips everyone hates.
Oh, good hack, dude.
I have some tools that look like They're like this. Like sometimes you got to make it happen no matter what.
He made a notch in it so he can grab the end of the clamps and without it sliding. And didn't actually make that tool, but if you didn't have it, it's a great hack if it works, but those are an expensive pair of pliers.
Yeah, that's an excellent hack.
I actually have those pliers too.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go cut them right now.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's not bad, that's not bad.
Legit, bro.
The biggest
Thing with that hack, I wouldn't use a necessarily expensive pair of pliers like that guy said those were expensive pair. So if you do that hack, I would use a pair, not a junk pair that'll get ready to die, but a so-so pair like you don't mind destroying.
Jay-Z once said, on to the next one.
All right, so it looks like he's putting a Phillips head inside of a screw.
He just took a wrench and put it on top of the screwdriver.
So that he has more leverage?
Yeah, more
So
leverage.
he's not using only wrist torque, he's using full torque?
And on a screw, like, you don't really want a ton of torque.
Yeah, well, whoever tightened it up before, right?
It does make me very nervous that he's just gonna strip the head of that.
Probably, yeah.
This is my hack. How many years old were you when you found out about this hack?
Like maybe only 5 years ago I really found out about this. I thought that, only fancy ones you could do that. Fancier screwdrivers actually have a little hex head at the base of the shaft.
Yeah.
And you can use an open end wrench on that.
So is this something you've used before, or have you always used that snap-on tool?
I've always had Snap-on, for the most part, or something better.
Mr. Fancy here.
But
Get the high-end tools.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, it seems legit,
It's legit.
but it makes me nervous. Be careful. Dude, legitimate hack.
That probably only works on a good screw. If the screw's already damaged, then that's probably not going to work. And also, that looks like it's on the body of it shouldn't have been that tight. So someone tightened it up way too tight.
All right, on to the next hack.
How to prime a turbo the easy way.
So I'm confused.
I'm very confused. Like, I don't even understand what he's doing.
Wow.
I don't ever recommend sticking a screwdriver where the fins are at in a turbo. Seems a little
Sketchy. You should hold the
Dangerous.
crankshaft when you start it.
This guy's just trolling.
You ain't
gonna hurt from it spinning.
Yeah, that's what. So
That's
you ain't
what
gonna
I'm
hurt.
saying.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it's bad practice, but I've never primed a turbo. I've just turned it on and you build up oil pressure. You go a couple seconds, maybe without oil pressure. What's the BFB?
Most of the time when you get a new turbo, it's already pre-oiled. Like, whenever they build them, they oil them to make sure they work properly. They're not just gonna send it to you dry. Like,
That's just dumb for me.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't do it.
terrible.
Again, I'm not a mechanic, but right off the top, I wouldn't do that either, just because you don't stick a screwdriver in stuff that's supposed to be spinning on a car. Because if that has enough strength, it can rip that out of your hand and cause some serious damage to your car and to you if it decides to explode.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Silly gooses.
It's an absolute worthless hack. I don't. It makes no sense.
Terrible advice. You heard it here, people.
Okay, let's look at our next hack, shall we?
That is gross. What is this?
That looks like a vice grip that's been wired.
Yeah.
Is it the brake line?
Oh, they're pinching the...
Brake line off. He's got no rear brakes. He's got no rear brakes.
Yeah, they're running front brakes.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a burnout machine or something like that, you know?
You know what that might look like? That their back brakes don't work. And they're just clogging it so they can use either the front.
So they have pressure in the
Yeah.
front. Maybe if you're like
Stuck.
and like running Dakar Rally, right? You're in the middle of nowhere.
But how much that rust has? They've been
thing's
stuck for a
been
long
there
ass
for a
time.
long
They've been stuck
time.
there for a long ass time.
I know what he's doing. He's clamping it because he wants to do a fat burnout. It's a line lock. Clamp it so you have no rear brakes. All brakes go to the front. Smoky fat burnout.
Let's see. I've gotten home like that before. I have too.
I have too.
Probably did it so they could power brake burnouts.
This is a legitimate hack if you're in a bind, I would say.
If you're in a bind, otherwise you have no rear brakes. But yes.
So make sure you fix it when you get to where you need to go.
I wouldn't recommend it, only if you're stuck though.
I don't think you should do it just because there's better ways to do that.
Yeah, there's better ways. But it's a pretty cool way if you're gonna do it.
All right, on to the next hack.
So, you ever using a can and it's still got plenty of fluid in it?
He's got fluid in there, but he ran out of spray. It got depressurized.
Wear safety glasses. Supposed to.
Oh, he's pressurizing the old girl.
I've never seen that before. Oh. It's only $1. It's only $1, my dude. Like,
I think what he's saying is if you're like done with your project and you're like out and you just have to like clean something.
2 fucking sprays though.
Yeah, man.
Hey!
Look at that!
Look at that. That's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never done that before, but I'll do that.
This one's like, I guess it works, but also it's $1.
You know, I agree on that one.
He just said,
Yeah. It depends on how much fluid's in there. If it feels like a half a can, I could see doing that. If it's just a little shake, it's worthless.
people millions of dollars. Think about how many cans add up, you know?
Yeah.
All right, good job, bud. That's a legit hack.
That's a legit hack.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Is this legit? Would you use it?
If I had to, I would, but otherwise, no, I wouldn't. I would go buy a new can.
Now, this isn't a hack necessarily. We're just gonna try to figure out what the heck's going on.
Customer said they haven't done an oil change in forever, so it's probably gonna be all slime coming out of here.
It's gonna be goopy.
Oh! They put something wrong in there.
That's not good.
It looks milky.
Looks
Some
milky.
chocolate milk.
What makes oil that color?
Usually when the head gasket's blown, coolant gets into the oil. So it mixes and makes that color.
So I think it's not that they haven't changed their oil, it's that
It's gone. It's
I
gone.
think it's gone.
All right, let's look at our next hack.
This is how I would find the right size of Torx I need.
Oh, get out of here.
I love
Wow. That's actually pretty
that. Yeah,
good.
dude, that's super smart. I'm gonna start doing that.
That's pretty dope.
I hate
That wouldn't work for me because impressions on my finger do not stay that long. So I would have to have like the tools. I would just have the tools right there if I have a little box. So. But yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
Looking for tools. It's my
What
least
size is
favorite
that?
thing.
That's insane. Oh, that's so good.
That's a great life hack.
I want to get that. Oh, God dang it, that's good.
You just
I
have to
love
make
it.
sure you're dehydrated beforehand so it stays like that long
Right.
enough.
I think it's a good hack. What do
I
you
drink
think?
plenty
I
of
do.
water.
It's a great hack.
Good advice.
Yeah, not only is this legitimate, it's life-changing. This is gonna save me hours of my life.
That's
I like
a
it.
great
I'll,
hack.
That's if they remember to do it.
I'll use that.
Bring on the next hack. Pouring water in the head.
Checking the valves.
Oh, they're checking for leaky valves
okay.
inside the combustion chamber. So this is kind of like old school hack where you close the valves, and if you want to check that they're sealed against the seats, you can pour some water around the combustion chamber, and he's shooting air through the top of the valve to see if there's any air pockets that are going to pop up
There's
right
one.
there. And then you
Bad
got-
seal.
Okay.
Oh.
Check for a bad
If
seal.
they're not sealing. See, there you go.
There we go. It's
Yeah.
bubbling. Look at this. See? Paul knows his stuff.
Oh, I got a question for you. Why do they use water and not something like oil?
The oil's probably going to provide a little bit of a seal, and it might not work as good. I like to use water. It's a thinner viscosity, but I've absolutely done this before.
Legitimate hack.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would do it. Soda, whatever, put anything on it. Yep, just that little, like the little logo.
Yeah.
Yep.
The emoji.
Dope.
Don't lie.
You heard it here, folks.
Proven hack. Thumbs up.
Well, I have no plans on rebuilding an engine, but that's interesting. It makes sense. If it's not sealed, the air is going to escape.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing it, to tell you the truth.
I feel like a port and polish guy would know instantly whether or not this is legit.
What he's doing is he has a die grinder and he's dimpling the inside of some kind of, is that a
Intake
is that
of
a
some kind, or
Is that a thermostat tube?
they're trying to get better airflow.
I thought the smoother the better when it comes to airflow.
But let's read the comments, because commenters are usually smarter than all of us. No power was gained in making of this video.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, an intake runner isn't a golf ball. Smoothed and polished is
Yeah.
better. That's what I would think.
Yeah, you're going to increase friction by doing that. And you're also going to increase turbulence, and probably not in a good
Yeah, that's on, you dimple to control direction of the ball like a golf ball. Dimpling doesn't make it better. It breaks up the air. So if you're looking for more power with, like I said, I'm not a car guy, but I know enough to know that, yeah, smooth for air intake. You don't want it dimpled up because that's going to break up the air as it's coming in. You don't want that.
good way.
Right, yeah, the dimples are there to catch air.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
want
recommend-
air to get in there quicker.
Yes.
You want it to move
exactly.
fast.
Here's the thing. Most car companies are very good at getting the right amount of air to parts of the car. So you just cutting a thing off is probably not going to make your car better or faster.
Would you say a legitimate hack or bad
Waste
advice?
of time.
I think a waste of time.
If it gives you any gains, they're not significant enough for it to really matter.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, so what do you think?
I think it's horse hockey.
Don't do it.
Oh look, it's time for our next hack. Here is a quick tip on how to remove those stubborn clip-in taillights.
Looks like it's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
Once you
sure,
layer it
make
up.
sure you layer it up. Yeah.
Give it a good pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
If it's a broken taillight, I wouldn't really care. I'd use a hammer if I had to.
We're replacing you anyway.
He was just doing extra stuff then. Why even finesse it?
But yeah, I mean, it's a
Yeah, if it's broken, I'm not going to care too much. My main goal would be not to break the clips that I might need, but otherwise, my main goal is just to get it out of there.
It's a waste of time, legitimate hack though.
I'd say it's legit.
All right, on to our next hackaroo.
How to check a misfire if you don't have a scan tool.
He's going to do a power balance test. Let's see.
Was you just gonna pull the plug?
Oh, God, he's about to make a bad decision. No way, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. Okay, right now, I gotta stop what's happening here. Don't do what he's doing in this hack. What he's doing is he's pulling the secondary ignition wire from that coil. If you do that, you will destroy the ignition control module. He is gonna cost that customer a lot of money potentially. If you do that, are you always gonna blow the ignition control module? No, but your chances are gonna be pretty high. So in this video, what he's trying to do is to perform a power balance test. And with that power balance test, you are going to check how much each cylinder is contributing by checking the base RPM, whatever it idles at, and by pulling that cylinder, you are going to, or you should see.
Clearly, I have no idea what she's talking about. This is why she teaches, and I'm just here like, oh.
A RPM drop. If you don't, then you know that cylinder was not contributing to begin with.
Is there any risk to doing this with your bare hand?
No, not at all. I mean, if you get zapped with 60,000 volts, you might pee yourself a little bit, but you're not going to die.
I pee myself a little bit every day, and I'm doing just fine. He's got the right idea,
He
the
does.
wrong methodology.
Yeah.
And that's why you're here as a real mechanic to tell people don't do it.
On to the next. What is going on here?
Okay, so it looks like a guy's taking a drill bit, getting it.
Oh, I've seen
Oh,
this
he stuck it
before.
in between the metal surface and the bushing,
And he's walking it
From my understanding, you actually probably shouldn't do this.
out.
and he's walking it out.
Walk it out.
Walk it out. Walk it out. Hey.
I think he's doing what you gotta do at that amount right there.
And this is also on some sort of commercial truck. Is that the
I
cab
see
in the front?
top. Yeah, you're right.
And truck stuff's just different, man.
So the other
Oh, it's kind of thick. So they're probably saying you can. I've seen other people say don't do that. So I guess it depends.
you could do this is what?
You could press out a bushing. I don't know if this would be my go-to way because...
I think if you're replacing it, just cut it out. Couldn't you cut it out? I would think you would just cut it out.
Potential change in inside diameter.
Yeah, do you think it's legitimate or do you think it's bad advice?
I think it's probably bad advice. Probably not good practice.
It's a legitimate hack.
Yeah, so I feel like it's legit.
Next hack.
How to not jumpstart a car.
I feel like this is
Okay.
going to be good.
Oh!
What did they do?
That's crazy.
You know what he did? He got the wire switched. Guarantee it. You know how I know that? I may have done this as a young boy one time, trying to be cool and jump my girlfriend's car, and I got the wires backwards, and it really did a number on her car.
They need to unplug that as soon as possible.
Ooh, it's gonna be a little hot.
They probably have the negative and the positive crossed.
backwards.
Both of those cars are messed up at this point. If you allow it to sit
I did that one time. Lucky enough, only one time.
that long, you've definitely blown both of the main fuses in those vehicles.
Yeah. You can do all kinds of damage. Potentially $4,000 or $5,000 easily. I mean, a wiring harness, labor, a computer, a battery.
So basically a down payment on a new car. Just, it's time to get a new car.
So yeah, you could be into it pretty deep.
And that's if that mechanic is even willing to do it, because they'll probably give you that get out of my face price of 10 grand so that they don't have to do it.
Like, would you even attempt to fix it, or would you be like, get out of here?
Probably won't do it.
Red on red, black on black. You would think that would be really easy.
All right, on to the next hack.
We're gonna drop the engine.
No.
Literally dropping the engine. Oh my God. Onto the table, off the table.
That's a big mistake you don't want to happen.
You know what's amazing? That the car's still in the air.
Yeah, it didn't.
It didn't flop the other way.
Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah.
that just be icing on that cake? Engine fall out, then the whole car flips backwards. You might as well just throw that thing right in a dumpster.
It looks like they had the bar on there, and it collapsed.
Yeah, and they hired the wrong guy to do that.
To avoid this, on top of the vehicle, there's a hoist that you would bolt down or fasten down. And so when you remove the bolts from the engine mounts, the engine's being held from up top in this particular situation. It looks like somebody forgot to fasten that top hoist down. So when he loosened that engine up from the mounts, everything just came crumbling down.
Sorry, guy, that sucks.
That's a bad
But we
day.
can learn from it. Tighten your engine hoist
If he got to keep his job, which he probably didn't.
down.
Especially if they weren't planning on replacing the engine.
Motor off.
All right, quick car repair hacks that you need to know. All right, so it looks like they're taking a volleyball or some kind of ball, they're pumping it up, and they're probably gonna try and pop a dent out in the quarter panel.
Oh, he's gonna try to pop a dent out. This is great.
That's smart.
The metal
Here's the thing. I don't think that would work. Because the ball would probably pop before the dent did. Balls are not, those type of commercial balls are not as strong as you think.
has a shape that it wants to go back to. It does have a memory. If that dent is like one perfect dent, yes, it's gonna come out. But if
not
it's
gonna
kind
be
of a
that
wavy
smooth.
dent,
This is why I hate these 5-minute crafts.
dent is like one.
That's not the same door. 5-minute craft stuff. I don't know if it's not the same door. There will still be some wrinkles in it that have to be pounded out.
Yes, it's gonna come out. But if it's kind of a wavy dent, the majority of the metal is gonna come out, but you still gotta do some body work afterward.
I think actual body shops use legitimate tools similar to this, and this is just the backyard way of doing it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done something like this?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it works.
I would say good advice. What do you think?
I think good advice, too.
Cool.
Yeah, that definitely works.
That's a great hack.
That's,
I think it depends on the ball you use, though. That ball, I'm not sure the material. I've seen people do stuff, put stuff in there and different techniques. I had a dent in my door, and I just shut my door really hard, and it popped out. So sometimes what works.
Next hack.
What's going on, Paul?
I think he's replacing the clutch, and that's the flywheel. So the pilot bearing is right in the center. Oh, he shoved bread inside it.
So he's hammering a dowel into a bunch of bread shoved behind the pilot bearing.
Now he's putting more bread in it. Okay. I think he's trying to stuff the bread in back of the bearing until he gets enough in there, yeah, to push it out. Yeah, he's using bread as a press.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a bread press.
Yes.
Well, that bearing requires a special tool to pull out, and you don't always have that tool lying around. So what some people will do is they will take grease is a common one, where you'll shove grease and pack it, and it'll shove the bearing out. Legitimate.
Legitimate, you know how I know? I've also done this.
You've done it?
Yeah, with bread. I didn't believe it. I was just squashing bread in there. I was like, this is never gonna what? And then started squeezing out. Yeah, great hack. 2 thumbs, 4 thumbs.
Learn
approved.
something new.
All right, Paul, after today's videos, do you think we changed your mind about TikTok?
No. No, I don't think so.
I think what they did is they found the good hacks versus the bad hacks.
There are some legitimate ones, but I mean, in general, no.
There's some good stuff. Can't say that everything's wrong, but yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, I learned something.
Wait, is his teeth sharpened?
But I mean, in general, no.
There's some good stuff. Can't say that.
Man, look at those canines. Did he get his teeth sharpened? I think he got his teeth sharpened.
Everything's wrong, but yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, I learned something today.
Thank you, everyone.
So much for watching this.
And everything else on Donut.
Paul's a really cool guy. Check him out. Follow me.
Well, that was interesting. Like I said, I'm not a car guy, so some of those hacks I'm still not sure of. Like the door one, because if you just go to the store and buy a ball and inflate it like that, maybe a basketball would probably work. Was that a soccer ball? Maybe that's what that was. Soccer ball probably work, but you can't just get a regular ball like kids play with. It'd probably pop in there. So it depends on the ball and depends on the dent for that one. But otherwise, I'll leave a link. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone take care. Later.